How's it going, guys?
Thought you had an intro ready, Willis. I thought you were the intro guy.
Y'all ready?
Nice.
All right. You like
he, was,
that?
he was putting his face on.
All right. Welcome to the VTG Podcast. As always, we got our admirable host, quality cast. We're going to start at the top here with Mr. Fox, and then we'll go around as usual before we get into our topics.
Top. You mean Baron?
I told you,
Yes,
I can't see.
okay.
What, is Baron top?
It's different, yeah. So that's me.
Start with Baron.
That's me. Hello, it's your boy VTG _ Baron, Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, all that. You know how it goes, and let's have another fun stream.
Oh, look at that throwback down there. What's up? It's White Fox. You know what it is? White Fox Gaming. And White Fox on Twitch and Mixer. And Clutch. Check out Clutch. It's pretty cool. It's like Vine. Check out my new Battlefield ROE videos. Over to you, Herv.
What's going on, everybody? Herv Master. Check me out on Twitch. Check me out on YouTube. Check me out on Mixer. We like to stream Pokemon mainly and Counter-Strike as well. Just got my new jersey from Full Sail Armada. Check us out on Full Sail Armada's Twitch as well. We just won our last game last night. So right now we're in the ranking. We are in the top 6 for our ranking right now. So yeah,
Nice.
check us out on our next game, which will
Nice.
be on January 11th.
Let me know when that game is, and I'll auto-host. I'll host
Yes.
it. Do a
Gotcha.
co-stream. We can sit and commentate. And like, Herv's gonna peek. Oh, trash. 360. Nope.
I was
Pretty much, man.
He's dead
waving a
again.
towel around when you said that you had won. You know, like how they do, like with.
Yeah, I got you.
Look, he's just trying to show off. He got the
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z cup and
Right.
the Game Boy. What
Hey,
is
Put the
this?
pinky out.
What is this? What is
Hey,
this?
but hey, okay, you got the Game Boy, bro, but like, do you got a couple copies of these right here? Big
Oh,
dog?
no. You want to
Yeah,
go?
yeah.
So you want to
Oh.
go throwback?
Oh.
I got you with the throwback.
What's
Hold
up?
on, ready? Watch this. Throwback, bitches.
Hey.
Oh, I haven't seen that in so
Okay,
long.
Okay,
It's like cartridge
Oh,
sizes.
yeah? Oh, yeah?
For all the children out there, that's what Pokemon games used to be on.
Oh yeah, y'all want a throwback? Hold up.
Pulls out a rock.
Shit, right? I was looking for. Oh wait, here it is. Oh, here's a throwback. Wait
Oh,
for
oh,
it.
oh, yeah? Oh,
Here's a
yeah?
throwback.
Oh,
Yeah.
He
Oh,
goes up
oh.
a cube of dice. I'm
Oh.
done. I'm done.
here's a throwback for you.
That's a
Cards.
throwback. There we
Oh,
go.
okay. All right. Ready to get started? Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Go to game news first. You had something to talk about Pokemon? What was it going on with the stamps or something?
Yeah. So, as I was going through Pokemon,
Uh-huh.
I saw a story and I went to go put it to the test. It is the teacup Pokemon,
Mhm.
and let's see what the. Let me get the actual name for you. I'm still new to some of these newer Pokemon here. Let me go and get the full name for you. The teacup Pokemon, though. So the thing is with this it's called Poltegeist. So the thing is with this is there are many forgeries out in the world. That's what it says on the Pokédex description, and you can tell that yours is a forgery by going into your Pokédex, looking through the animation and seeing whether your Poltegeist has a blue stamp or not. If it has the blue stamp, that means that it's authentic, and then if it doesn't, that it's the forgery.
Counterfeit.
It's kind of like an in-game,
Mimic?
like like just
A
a little
clone?
gimmick thing that they're doing, like a
There's no difference in power between the two? No?
not from what I've seen personally. They've
So
been
maybe one's just
speculating
like the
that
OG.
Yeah, so they've been speculating that the actual ones will just have better IVs and things like that, and potentially like a better chance at getting the proper natures and whatnot that you want. But I haven't been able to confirm that. So,
Okay.
but something to keep a lookout for. I thought that was a pretty interesting fun little Easter egg to just pay attention to if you have an authentic Poltegeist or not. You know.
So y'all have had Pokemon for about a week now. Still worth the buy? We all thumbs up on that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Just
I
two?
think that
Three for three.
my
3 for 3 guys.
personal
No. It's 4 for 4.
4 for 4?
4 for
Well, I
4, there
haven't
you
played
go.
it, so I can't say anything.
Oh yeah.
I
My
you can't count
only
my vote.
personal-
Oh, I got
My
you.
only personal nitpick that I would say would have to be when I fought Opal in that gym, where they asked random questions that some of them you weren't expected to know the answer to and stuff like that. I get it because it added the whole this is supposed to be difficult. You get the debuff if you answer it wrong, makes it more difficult. Cool, but it just felt like while I was going through it, it was just seriously, guys, really, this is just tedious at this point.
Was it just lore questions?
Yeah, not even. One of the questions was you're going up against the one of the trainers, and she goes, "What's my favorite breakfast food, omelets or curry?" And it's you you would never know that, so it's a 50-50% shot.
Who has curry for breakfast?
Or not.
There's a lot of people who have curry for breakfast.
But you gotta keep in mind, that's the centerpiece food in this game. Everything's curry.
Yeah. Well, so I picked curry and I was wrong. So that's the part that I was like.
I had curry for breakfast. I'm not gonna lie. I legit had curry for breakfast today.
You have a whole crafting system based on curry. So your initial
still...
thought is probably curry. But no, it's omelets. Just so you guys know, spoiler
bowl
alert.
Of curry. That's what I had for breakfast.
Ooh, somebody special.
Right.
Retarded.
So just a little spoiler alert there. It's fucking omelets. In case you guys get to that part and you're like, wow, this is stupid. Just like how I thought. Wow,
I like
this
that.
Is stupid.
It's fucking omelets.
Omelets.
Yeah.
How dare you? It's omelets. You would assume anything else?
Did you assume it's
But
gender?
then, at
Did
the
you
same
just
time,
assume
I had
it's
to
food?
take a step back and remind myself it is a game designed for kids.
Yeah.
Children's game. So it's not supposed to be...
The kid would have probably guessed omelet. Because
well,
it'd be breakfast food, omelet, click.
Care. The kid would fall in that situation and feel why am I here? Because that's where I'm just why are we doing this? Why is this even?
Another question. No, another question is this is something that I got last week. It was with Pokemon. Do you think that it should have more of an kind of an open battle style more than the turn based, where you can have more moves and be able to do more with your Pokemon? Me personally, I said that I like the way Pokemon is. Yes, I would like to have maybe a extra move or two here and there, but when it comes to the turn-based battle style, I'm happy with it. Tell me what your guys' feelings on that is.
Does anybody
it was a question on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I like that question.
So you're saying changing from the traditional 4-based attack style into something more
changing from the entire turn base itself.
I would actually be not
open world battling.
I would not. Yeah, I would be kind of down for that. That would be really cool if they did it kind of WoW-esque. Throw 8 skill bars across the bottom, and you can beep, 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 and have your buff skills on the right side of your screen because you don't use them as much, and use your attacking skills as 1 through 4. I could totally see that, as long as they make the cooldown time adequate.
Right.
You can't just be spamming. There has to be, every skill has to be proportionate to other skills. If they did that, they have to do cooldowns.
Or even better, keep the 4 attacking skills when you're battling, but then have a separate menu that has passive skills.
Yeah.
Right.
If you had a separate that had passives, that'd be awesome. And they have the TMs for cut and fly as one of your passives instead of being in your main battle lineup. You can have other passives that can affect the world as you're traveling. That'd be hot.
I would like to see them put in a game mechanic, how in the Pokemon TV shows, where they're quickly dodge Pikachu. If you quickly can get that A button in there real quick when he yells dodge, it throw it in there as a mechanic. You can miss an attack by hitting it. The harder the enemy, make the dodge harder to hit or non-existent.
But in the show, Pikachu still knows all the moves he knew.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
This is why it would have to be a WoW style with dodge thing thrown in.
So if we took it to the WoW style thing, I see that being because I already hate player versus player. I already hate the competitive side of Pokemon, the tactics that people use and stuff like that.
Dragoon style battle.
Oh man, nah, bro. I remember I went to go play Let's Go online. time I was gonna be able to
Raccoon.
play like Pokemon Online. I was like, oh yeah, bro, it's gonna be
Yeah,
dope.
kinda
I'm
like
gonna be able
that.
to take on another Pokemon Master, and literally the guy just swapped his Pokemon out until I got tired of like waiting for him to swap his Pokemon, and like I was just like, okay, like just kill me, like just win, because like I'm not gonna sit here and play this game where you just swap Pokemon until like I'm out of PP, and then now I have no
That's
fucking
so
attacks.
dumb. That's so dumb.
Like it's dumb as hell, and it's
But
it's a
people-
legitimate tactic that people use
people-
professionally.
It's like
they do it
chess.
all the time,
But
especially
a
in
guy
tournaments.
was doing that, and that made me so mad in
It's
this
whack.
Pokemon game. I'm fighting him because they put me up in a random battle against this guy, and I'm fighting him. And my first Pokemon was that turtle, the
Yeah.
turtle Pokemon.
Cool.
So
Turtle, yeah.
yeah, so he's out. His first one they had in his lineup was the bunny. So
First
I'm
bunny,
like,
yeah.
okay, we know how this gonna go. I picked to attack. He picked to swap. He swaps in another Pokemon. So my attack goes through, and then I swap because I'm like, okay, well, we can play the swapping game. So immediately he swaps to his next Pokemon. So he hasn't been attacking. I've been slowly hitting him over time, but he just keeps swapping. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna keep playing the swap game because nobody's
Yeah.
gonna get any hits in, and we're gonna be doing this forever. So I'm hitting him because he was doing that swap crap. That's the reason he beat me in the end, because all my Pokemon were taking damage over time. Where
Right.
he had the one Pokemon he didn't want to get hit, just sitting in the back while he rotated the other two over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah,
Smart
it's a tactic,
tactic.
but I just it's a lame one to me. It's just not fun. It's like, where's the
Yeah,
fun in that?
it
Like,
takes-
one
takes
thing
the fun
that
out of it.
one thing about that is that that is actually getting outlawed pretty soon in
Good.
tournaments, to where you have to, like, before your Pokemon dies, yeah, you can try to swap them out, but your Pokemon has to do 2
Turns.
moves before you can swap it out.
So
Yeah,
swapping
see
it in
that-
doesn't count as a move, right? So it has to come
Exactly.
in, do 2 moves,
Yes.
and then get swapped.
So
Right.
it has to attack
Good.
twice,
I like that.
and then you can switch it.
That's logical.
because the thing
I
that
can
I
get on
liked
that.
about Pokemon is the turn-based chess, almost chess-like tactics that you need to bring to the table. It's you have your different types, these different counters, and then that person brings it out, and it's like, okay, so you bring out a fire type, and then I have a grass type out as my initial lineup. Well, my first instinct would go, all right, like I want to counter that matchup.
Take the-
Okay, so you
take the
get the
grass
one
out.
switch. That's
Oh,
a
okay,
fair
but-
switch, right?
But check
But
this.
then
check
if you
this
put
out.
something
Part
out
of-
that takes out his fire, he's gonna put something out that takes out
Okay.
your
Right.
yeah.
But check this out. Part of the whole Pokemon strategy is just like in Magic the Gathering. Is the synergy. When you
Right.
pick your team to go into the fight, you have to account for the fact that there might be Pokemon that have advantage abilities against you. That's where
Right.
the care part of Pokemon comes in. And that's the reason why they have all these different candies and stuff now. So you can buff things. So if you buffed your special defense and your special defense is really high on that Pokemon, then that advantage is not going to cater too much because you're going to take less damage anyway. So it brings
Yeah.
it back down to doing normal damage.
That's
But
a
people
fair
are not
point,
doing
yeah.
that. They're still doing that hot swap crap.
Yeah. It's and
Hot
it's
Swap's
just
gonna be
so-
popular until they outlaw it. Should be soon, hopefully.
And like in
Again,
casual playing, it's
yeah.
not gonna go away. You're always gonna have people that are gonna use
it.
that tactic. Yeah, like that's why I've never played the Pokemon Online. I tried it the one time, and then they did that, and I was like, ooh, all right. So that's how the community gets
Mhm.
down. I'm not with that. Let's go ahead
Yeah.
and cut that. I'll
Yeah.
just stick to the
Hey,
PvE.
people think that that's okay. And there's always like
Yeah, it's-
video games. It's like in Call of Duty, it's the room campers, it's the people who sit in the corners. In Battlefield, it's the spawn campers. It's the motherfuckers that are in the back with the fucking egg on. You're like, just come here.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fucking shove this C4 up.
Yeah, so
I feel
like,
that.
so if it was more open world style like Pokemon, to where like the Pokemon had more moves and you would throw it out and you would be controlling the Pokemon in the battle. So kind of like as soon as the battle starts, a Pokken battle style like
Right.
battling, to where you're controlling all the moves that it has, you're controlling it jumping, dodging, all of that stuff.
I would be so cool. And
I
then
would like that.
just
a
have
lot.
your character freezing kind of like on like a field, you know, just give it the good old traditional field, and then the 2 trainers at each end, and you're actually controlling your Pokemon. And
hear
then
me out on
have
this
a
one.
pause menu that you can pull up
But-
like mid fight
but
that freezes
this is
both
the thing.
Pokemon, and you can do a swap.
But this is also the thing, though. wouldn't that just be another Pokken battle or Super Smash Brothers?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. So hear me out on this. I was gonna say if it would be nice if that were an option intertwined with the original gameplay, kind of like how Final Fantasy 15 tried to do. Like how they were like, yeah, you have this open world hack and slash, but you can pause it, use your AP to tactically say, all right, yo, Ignis, I want you to do this move real quick on this character, and then I can't remember the other guy's face. Shit. But like the other guy in Final Fantasy, I want you to attack this guy with this move real quick, and then we go back to the freeform fighting, you know. And that's why I was saying like it might be better to see it like start in PvE, so that way we can implement like those elements and then see how it changes the game dynamically, and then go into a PvP.
Yeah.
Like I think it would be really, really cool to have that option actually. Like to just say, let's change up the
I agree that it needs to be
turn
phased
moves real
in.
quick.
You can't just
Like you
do it
said.
all in one go.
Option
Yeah,
or entire game?
right.
That's like that's my one thing. Option or entire game.
Right.
I can understand an option to be able to do that stuff, but the entire game, I mean, you know, because
Be
you know
hard.
we're old school gamers, and you know we played since the beginning of Pokemon and everything.
If
like that,
they
and
don't
I
do
make
it
sound- I make
perfectly
sound
right,
like, okay, boomer.
we
right
might be
now,
like,
you know,
okay, boomer.
but it's just one of those things where we've played all the old school games and everything, and like we're used to the old style. Me being that like you know that old school gamer, I'm kind of attached to how it is turn based and everything like that.
yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Getting rid of that to me would kind of deterred me from playing the game.
Legend of Dragon style combat dodge. I don't think I've ever played Legend of Dragon.
Dragoon. So
Dragoon,
Legend of
oh, I'm
Dragoon
illiterate.
is a RPG that they brought out on the PlayStation that I play ridiculously and like religiously. So
But see,
pretty
like,
much
I
what it
think
was
optional
is
would
like
be
if you hit a button, so it's like as soon as the guy comes at you, you hit the X button at a certain time,
Right.
your character can dodge it every time.
Okay.
Every time they can dodge
The
it.
sweet
and see,
spot.
like,
Does
and
it
I
have a
wouldn't- I would
notification that
even-
comes up for the sweet spot, or is it just you have to know the sweet spot?
You have to know the sweet spot.
So
Yeah,
you
see
have
that's
to time it
where it gets the
perfectly in order for it
difficulty.
to go.
Because in Star Wars, it has a sweet spot for dodge. There is
Yeah.
a sweet spot, and you just like
It doesn't
slide.
show you, though.
Yeah, you do not know it. And it's
'Cause
frustrating to
there's
find.
a learning curve, and
Yeah.
that's what was kicking my ass last night while I was playing. I was like, I want to stream this, but like if I go and
Your
like
ass
off
whooped.
jump,
Not
I'm
all
gonna.
the
It's
time,
gonna be
though.
like an hour of me just like getting frustrated at this game because.
Oh
I'm
no, you're
behind
talking about
learning
the
curve.
attack, Toilet Smurf. Toilet Smurf, you're talking about the attack. The attack is the visual cue. The dodging is
Well-
not a visual.
Mm.
Okay then.
I mean,
See,
can
like
pull it-
I see,
can
like
pull
I
it
would
up
even
right now.
take a visual cue.
I've
I would
got it
even
on the
take a
PC.
visual cue for Pokemon if it just gave you a chance at dodging. Like it's like, yo, hit it on time, and then you have a higher chance of like
Yeah.
initiating.
It could even
that
be
happens.
like an 80% chance instead of just like an always dodge. But
It was an audio cue. It wasn't a visual cue. So like you could hear it like when the person was running up towards you, and you had to hit the X button at a certain point.
there's like a break in the footsteps or something.
So yeah,
you think,
like
Willis?
you'd hear
Potato, potato.
yeah. The
Same
other
thing,
one
same
that
thing.
he's
Y'all
talking
are
about
both
is,
right.
like,
You're
the
arguing over
attacking was-
nothing.
So
Well,
it's
the attacking
so
was a
it's-
different.
so it was kind of like how the lockpicking worked in Skyrim, but for attacking and dodging.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
pretty
you didn't
much.
have
Except,
unlimited
like, you
time. It
had,
was
like-
just
So you would have different moves to where like your character would he would go and do his attack, and there would be like you'd have to hit the square button, and when you hit the square button, it would like have a little like box that would come down and like slowly come down into the box, and you had to hit it at that exact time. And the more that you did it, he would be able to do his combo.
Mm.
See, I think Star Wars would have been even better if they would have put a list of moves. So they would have
Combos.
had all 13 lightsaber styles and had a list of how to do the moves, and then you can chain the combos with those different forms, moves
yeah.
together.
Hell yeah.
That
I
would have
wish
made
there
it
was a
hot.
combo meter for something like like you hit like 15 in a row and you go like massive electricity shoots out of your hands at somebody, or like a huge force wave you can push or something cool for getting like a nice combo run. Because getting a nice combo run is not easy. You gotta know to like hit.
I don't know if you guys heard of the game Absolver, but they have a system like that where it actually has combos and different fighting styles, and it's the way what's that game? For Honor was when it first started. It has a rock paper scissors effect. So depending on what type of move I use for my style
and
what move you use, that's going to determine the outcome. So if I'm going for a low leg sweep, but you come with a arm thrust or something from overhand, you're going to take me out because I can't move out. I'm leg sweeping.
Right.
So it was a perfect symmetry.
Right.
You mean.
It's
Like everything has.
It's just like the water,
kryptonite,
fire, and grass. It's just like that. Everything has something that it can counter and something that has advantage to.
Yep.
So, back to the original question, which was open world an open world battling style for Pokemon. Yay or nay?
Yay.
If they did it, it'd have to be its
optional
own game,
at
separate
first.
from. I would say do it, go all out for it, but make it its own game separate from the Pokemon that exists right now.
I think they should make a mode that makes
it. The thing that that's what I think that they did, which was the Pokken battles and then the Pokemon version.
I think if they did it, they should do it first in a game as an option. See how it reacts, see how it plays out, see what changes they can make to make it better, and then phase it into a full-time game. Because if they go straight to full-time, they're going to be stuck in that weird hiatus gap where no one knows what the fuck's going on.
Right.
You're going to hit that gap even more if you keep it already. Because people are going to be like, okay, you started, you got this new way to play. And like what Herb said, you're going to have a whole bunch of people who like the way it was.
You're just saying, screw it, threw the baby in the pool. Just do it.
It's its own game. So if it fails, you didn't hurt the main Pokemon series. You get what I'm saying? And if it's a success, then now you have two different ways to take Pokemon in the future.
So thank you to the guys on YouTube for watching and everything. We appreciate your guys' comments.
Oh yes.
Anytime we get any questions and stuff like that from YouTube, we will bring it into the show so that you guys can get your question your questions.
I should really put a question on the topics, like after Google Stadia. Questions? Question mark.
Questions. Also, another thing about Pokemon, I don't know if anybody knew about it, but they did come out with the Pokemon guide. The Pokemon guide is out. If you guys did not get
looks
the
clean
Pokemon guide, I kind of put a little bit extra into mine.
It looks like a Bible.
I didn't get the paperback one. I got the hard copy. If you do get it, there are some things that come with it. Here, let me pull some of this stuff out here for you guys. You do get stickers.
Oh yes,
you do get stickers.
Open the Switch too.
They're going all over my computer.
On your controller and everything, which is pretty sick. Also, you do get a little thing that'll show you about the Pokedex when the Pokedex does come out.
Dope.
And I want the Pokedex with the hardcover like that.
Poster. You get this really cool poster that shows you the entire region and everything that you can hang up and do whatever you want with it. Also, you get a nice little bookmark for Sword and Shield. So that when you're going through the papers, and this thing's actually kind of cool, guys, like flipping through it and going through it and everything, it gives you different things that you should do, exactly like where you want to go for certain Pokemon and everything, and then it gives you a little backstory about some of the developers towards the back of it, and gives you a little story about some of the things that some of the developers did during the game, which is pretty cool. It is a little pricey. It is $35 for it.
But it's hardback. That's hardback.
Her's Potaku level just went woo.
But it is a little pricey. It is about $35.
Next year, gonna see him on the next episode wearing a fucking Pikachu outfit,
and he's gonna have a chair pulled up next to him with a body pillow of Asuna from.
I'll put this out there right now, since Willis wanted to say the Pokemon, the Pikachu thing. I do have a Pikachu onesie because
so do I.
On my stream,
man,
we can wear it at the same time.
Somebody donated $200 while I was on stream, and the $200 it went to Extra Life during my my stuff, and I had to wear that onesie. Now,
Hell yeah.
I will put this out here to anybody who's watching right now. This is going out to YouTube, to everybody right now. If you donate to one of us and you say this is for Extra Life, or this is towards your guys's donating towards like whatever charity you guys go to. If you do $200, I will put the onesie on next episode.
Hell yeah.
Have a bear coat.
I will put the onesie on next episode just for you guys.
I'll up to
donate.
Annie.
Look, y'all will get to see a bearded Pikachu.
You'll get to see a bearded Pikachu. That's the truth. All right.
Oh, sorry, you lost me for a second. But if you do donate, since he's wearing the Pikachu outfit, I'll wear this Workaholics bear coat.
Oh,
and the bear coat?
my man.
Bear coat. Full ears.
You'll put the onesies on if I ask, anyways.
I will do the entire stream. And
dude, if you go into, I'm pretty sure if you go into Fox's description, you have a link down there to all of our YouTube
in the chat rules, there should be all their names for Twitches, and then underneath all our names right now, see everyone picked a favorite. So go to one of those. They should have donation boxes.
And then also, we might have to start a campaign.
What kind of campaign?
We might have to start a campaign soon. The Rip Herv's computer campaign.
Oh, the Rip Herv's computer campaign.
So the whole thing about the Rip Herv's computer campaign is because I was streaming last night and it lasted about 45 minutes and my entire computer shut down. So I'm in the market for the new computer right now.
Yeah.
I gotta start buying pieces. Start putting it together.
Bro. I need to get a nice little CPU and motherboard update myself.
Yeah, I gotta send the main man.
I'm good for a couple
about
years.
$500 so we could.
Oh yeah. By the way, if you're tuning in, this guy right over here in the red shirt.
Other way.
No, is it to my other? Is it that way?
Yep.
That's the one.
Other way. No, the other way. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So that way, right there, the guy in the red shirt, he builds computers. So do get in touch with him. He's built my computer. He built. Wait, how do I do Herv's now? Wait, what direction is Herv? Is it this way? Like that? Something like that?
Yes. No. You're good. You're good.
That one?
Yeah, there.
You're good.
This one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Right here.
So
right
it's
here,
this guy. It's one of these other guys, right?
He's changing.
So,
In the red shirt. No. Oh.
But yes, so he built my computer and Herb Master's computer. He is a phenomenal technician. So if you guys are in the market for getting some new parts, getting a new build, custom built, whatever you want, he did my spawn build. I love it. I'm a spawn fanboy.
Now, just so you know, my build was built back in 2015, which it's 2019, about to be 2020. It's 5 years old. So most of the games that are coming out nowadays, it's having trouble with it because of my CPU. So I have to get a completely new CPU.
Which means a new motherboard.
Oh,
New
by the way,
motherboard, CPU, RAM, yeah.
Yup.
And the CPU is older than 2015. So gotta throw that in there too.
But yeah, so check out his business. He's a cool dude. He hard working. And then back to you.
Moving on from Pokemon game news. That was a long piece of topic.
Sorry about that. I kind of.
We want to talk. We'll go through Death Stranding real quick. I haven't played it, but I watched a bunch of gameplay. It looks like a walking simulator.
It really does. And then like all of the different the stuff that we were watching. I know John and I were watching a review that one of the guys that John likes to watch did. That's what he said as well. It's just a walking simulator.
I watched, I think it was Donkey's review.
Anything usually done by Hideo Kojima is usually really well.
Video game Donkey?
Really well
it was Donkey, it was Donkey's review. That's a good one if y'all want to check it out.
Fucking hilarious. I mean, I haven't got to play it for myself, and that's always a problem with reviews, right? Like, it's
it could appeal to some people, but doesn't appeal to those people.
You see what
we're gonna get into that topic.
Said?
We're gonna get into that topic because we're gonna talk about that next when we're talking about the copyright claims and corporations. We'll get into the reviews too, because reviews, we'll get into that.
Right. So it's like really at the end of the day, you can sit here and say what you want about Death Stranding, but I feel like at the end of the day, if you're a fan of Hideo Kojima and you're a fan of his work, you're expected to understand almost the depth of what's going to go into his work. the depth that he's going to bring you. Yeah, like when you walk around in a circle in the water, chances are the physics are going to be so on fucking point. You're going to see a swirl of water now in that pool. Like, and he's just somebody who tries that. And again, I haven't faced all those bugs that people are talking about. I've seen clips where the game runs really bad, and I've seen clips where the game runs phenomenally.
It's definitely something I'd have to play on PC.
Right, it's something you got to play for yourself. Like, and that's the tough part about like games nowadays, because it's something we've brought up a few times. I know I've brought up. We don't live in the days where these companies are so confident in what they're producing that they'll give you a demo, a whole demo that you could play as many fucking times as you want, and sit there and say, yeah, this game's not for me, or sit there and say, yeah, I want that game. It's not
People
as
don't do
much
demo
about
discs
just,
anymore.
it's not about it's more about the marketing hype now, right?
The
So
only
I
people
feel
I
like
see with demos today are you can actually find demos on the Xbox store. They're the only people I know, the only place I know where you can actually get a demo of something. And
right,
even then, like you said, it's very limited what you're gonna
right.
I
So
wish
it's
more
like
games would do that. Give you like, oh, you even it doesn't even have to be like a specific game. Like it can't be like a
Yeah.
chapter of the game. Give me
right.
an hour. I have a 2-hour window to do whatever the hell I want in the game. Just let me
Yeah.
run around and do everything. That will get me hooked on a game a lot quicker than a demo. That give me like a 6-hour a cheat card for 6 hours to go run around, play multiplayer. Don't limit what I can do in the demo. Show me what you got. Show me what you got.
See, most of the time, like with the demos and stuff like that, is because it's like that's the build that we have at that point in time.
Mhm.
Being
Right.
somebody getting into the industry, being a master's student and everything in game design, when we give you the demo, that's the current build that we have that
Yeah.
we can push out. I
Yeah.
mean, we're still. It's like, yeah, we're still working on everything.
No, I was
Granted,
just
yes.
saying this is more like a when the game's released. This is like
Yeah.
day one. The game's released, and I don't know if I want to buy it. I played the beta. I don't know if I want to spend money. $60 is a lot of money on this game. Give me a
What's a really nice scraps game?
The Death Stranded.
I wouldn't even say it's scraps. It's its own thing. Like people went into it expecting Metal Gear Solid.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
So
That's what
That's-
made me hard pump the brakes when I was looking at buying it. I was like,
we're gonna skip Death Stranding and go straight into this because this shit really gets on my fucking nerves. 99. I'm a YouTuber myself. I'm new, but I'm a YouTuber, and it really pisses me off when I
very
see
new.
these.
What's up, Setty
biased-
McCain?
And I do mean
That's
biased.
my boy. Sonny right
Biased
there.
as YouTube.
Slash my artist.
The reviews on YouTube be so fucking biased,
Right.
and it's hard to depict who's being honest and who's
Who's
not
been paid?
when you're looking at it. A big example
tell
of
it,
that is
who's
Google
been paid.
Stadia. There's been so many things about how bad Google Stadia is, but yet with my own sample, I haven't even put my review out because I want to test it at a bunch of different locations, a bunch of different settings to really give an honest review. That's how it should be. Nobody should be going on day one saying, I tested it, it sucks. Did you
No.
really test it?
Gotta
It's
put in
only
at
been
least
one day.
40
It's only been
hours.
one day.
40
Yeah,
hours on
like-
the system, at least. At
See,
least
like
40
that
hours.
kills me that like some people just go in there for like around like, you know, they'll be like, oh, I played for like maybe like an hour, maybe 3 hours.
How
it's like,
often do
are
you
you
ins-
really getting all of the content from that one thing?
Right.
How do
And
you
it
know
just-
the
Plus-
servers
I don't
aren't
think they
running
are.
into
Plus,
issues?
counterpoint,
Yeah.
how often do you get immediately in a game and it's the first time you just downloaded it? It's going to be glitchy. The game hasn't been run. It needs to smooth out, you know?
Right.
If you get in there, it's going to be choppy at first because the game hasn't loaded everything correctly. You got to give it some time to smooth out and figure out what the fuck. You don't just be like, oh, it's shitty because I played for an hour and it was bad.
We live
That's
in
my
an age
review.
of instant gratification, and that's just
Look,
what people want.
I'm calling him out on Gamers Nexus. He didn't have his code, so he did an unboxing. He goes, "I'm giving this controller a bad review because I couldn't open it." You're not supposed to be able to open the controller. That's the reason they designed it like that. Like, why are you giving it a bad review because you couldn't open it? It was good
It
build quality.
designed
If you
it to
can't
not
open
be
it,
opened.
then that's exactly what they wanted out of the controller. They don't want you to open it.
Uh-huh.
They
I mean,
want
that's
it to
that's
be.
the same thing with like Scuff. Shout out to Scuff Gaming.
Heck yeah.
Their stuff.
Send me some stuff,
they
Scott.
Yeah, their stuff you can't take apart. I mean, some stuff you can adjust,
Like the
yes,
triggers
but
with
they do not
special
want you
screws
to
that they
take
give you.
apart their controller because they don't want you to be able to go into it and see some of the stuff that they're doing in it. But also, they put warranties on that because once you open that motherfucker up, what's gonna happen?
Warranties void.
Exactly.
Boom. Knowledge bomb.
Like these people, they're crazy. They're crazy. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say that they're crazy. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. Look, Google Stadia.
Okay.
Simple.
Yep.
I press a button, it loads. This is on PC. You guys are looking at it on PC. It loads up and it just plays. I got an Xbox controller. I can open up the Google Stadia menu. It tells me what my connection looks like. I can close it. You can go to your friends chat or whatever.
Just so
You
you
play-
guys
Looks like it's
know,
running
he's
as well.
official. He is official. He's got that
creator
Google
code.
Stadia.
Yes, sir.
Give him your friend code. I mean, that goes for
Hey,
anybody.
I'm playing with an Xbox controller. Just like people say, oh, you can't play with a controller. You're gonna have lag. I haven't experienced any of that.
No.
I can't connect to the servers. I haven't experienced any of that. And then they told
Right.
people beforehand, hey, if you're gonna play this game, mind you, you need to understand that you need to have a good internet connection to play it. You need to make sure that you don't have somebody that puts limits on your internet like Xfinity does. And
Or
all,
you
and
can
all
Oh
also
the-
my
use this
God,
out
I'm
here
so
buying
pissed at
the
Xfinity.
$20 package, and then they want to go and buy $1,000 worth of the equipment.
like, check this out. This
You
really
know what I'm
pissed me off.
saying?
So you got Xfinity,
That's almost as
Mhm.
bad as
and you're talking about
Spectrum.
you got Xfinity. I'm calling out Young Yeah because he's the one. He's got Xfinity. He didn't even have his Google Stadia, and he's giving it a bad review. How are you giving something a bad review
Without
if
having
you
it.
don't physically have it yet? You haven't
Alright.
even
I mean,
touched. You haven't
to tell
touched
you
it
the
or played
truth,
it.
Will,
like
to
with
tell you
Death
the truth,
Stranding,
that just
it's like-
sounds like that just sounds like a Bazinga boy to me. To tell you the truth.
Like, it's
It's
like-
not it. He
Singapore.
was. We can go back. We can go back to another time. The EA ordeal with the loot boxes and microtransactions. Everybody was jumping on EA. Meanwhile, nobody said nothing about Call of Duty, who had been doing it the whole time. At the
See,
same time, I was like, for real, this is what we do. So we call out one company, but we completely just ignore this whole other company that's doing the same shit.
Bazinga moment.
That's the thing that kills me the most, considering the fact that, like, okay, so yeah, a lot of people call me a fanboy of EA. I mean, I really don't care. I really do like EA, mostly because BioWare is affiliated with EA, because I'm a fanboy of BioWare. Now, you guys want to sit here and like everybody wants to sit here and be like, hey, it's all EA's fault and everything like this, when Call of Duty's been doing the same thing to you guys for years and making you guys buy all these skins, or even like
Hey,
all
guys,
these
remember
other,
this
like,
little game called
FPSs.
Battlefront? Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, all they do is they're just making you do certain things, buying all these loot boxes, and
Right.
you
Play
guys are
the
sitting there
game.
going like, oh, it's just EA, it's just EA. Look at all the other companies doing it too. It's a thing. I mean,
Nobody said anything when Modern Warfare 3 came out and they charged you twice as much money to get the same season pass you got on the game that came out last year.
Mhm.
Where was the complaints then? But they
I mean,
we
complained
could say
about
the same thing about
Battlefront.
Destiny too. You
Island.
could say the same
Right.
thing about Destiny.
You
Every
can.
single time they come out with something new, we get hit with what? We need you to pay $30 more to get the rest of the content. Like, dude, come on. Like,
Here,
we understand
$9.99 to
that
proceed
you're
past this
small,
point.
but you're Bungie. You're Bungie.
Right.
Come on, Bungie.
Mhm.
I mean, I would like to see something that's just like, hey, $30, you get all of the content and everything that we have, instead of just $30 like every small chunk. Give
Right.
me a battle pass or something, Bungie. Come
Buy
on.
it all in
Yeah.
bulk and get it.
Like, I'm calling you out, man. Like,
Yeah,
straight up,
and-
I'm calling
and-
you out. Give me a
and-
battle pass.
And people be on that bullshit all the time. Like people like I saw on the news feed, because tech news is the first thing that pops up on my news feed when I load up the internet, and the first thing I see, Microsoft's xCloud is better than Stadia. How? I have xCloud. It has double the games. Okay, that's one point. You have double the games, but you're a company that's been making games since the 2000s versus a
Right.
company who this is their first system. Let's go look at when Xbox One released. Ass. 4 games that you can play.
Trash.
PlayStation. Ass. 4 games you could play. 360 release, 3 games you could play. So we getting 22 games with this company, but you guys want to bash them when they just came out. It makes me feel like they're paid to hate.
Yeah,
No,
or paid to love.
That's
feel
how
like
you
the-
get. That's
both
how you
sides
get
of
viewers.
this.
Hater paid to love.
If we
yeah,
titled
like
this
that.
podcast, "Oh, we hate Disney," I guarantee you we get more people watching right now.
Clickbait, right?
Clickbait.
People be like,
Learn how
"Oh,
Disney's charging you
how
too
dare
much.
you?
Yes,
This is one of
toilet
those
Smurf.
The Disney.
You fucking right.
You have an opinion that's different than mine? Oh,
Exactly.
Like I saw UFD Tech, he put out an honest review. There was like 2 or 3 news companies that did a review, and theirs were honest reviews. There were things that were bad, there were things that were good that they talked about. And that's one of the things I said. I'm not going to put out my review until later, but I told people from jump, even right now, I'll tell you guys, for $130, if you have the internet, unlimited, meaning they don't put a cap on your shit. If you have more than 100 megabytes, which I hope you do, if you got more than 10 devices in your house, I hope you got more than 100 megabytes because you're splitting your internet up across every device that you add. If you have enough to dedicate 30 megabytes to just that, and you don't have a data cap, I don't see why spending $130. And here's the crazy thing is, Founders cost 130. The free shit comes out next year, so you'll be able to, for free, buy your games on the network and just play with a controller. How the fuck can you compete with that?
So
where
they
you
don't
to
have
go
any
buy,
like live costs or nothing per
I
month
mean,
being charged.
like that's the thing, though.
No.
Can you compete with that?
The pro membership? So I should have probably brought my cell phone up here. I might walk out in a second and go get the cell phone so I can show you guys.
He's
So the
walking
pro-
out, Chad. He's walking
So-
out.
The pro membership costs $10 a month. With
Yep.
that, you get higher resolution you can play at.
Mhm.
You get 2 free games each month, just like what Xbox Live offers people. The difference is you get 2 games you might actually want to play versus 2 games you ain't never heard of. We're gonna throw that out there.
2 games from
That happens all the
10
time.
years ago that you beat when you were like 12. You're
Yeah.
like, dang, they still have this?
They heard me say that the other day. I was like, yeah, they give you fucking overdrive or whatever the freaking Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh yeah.
I don't want that trash.
that
But
was super good.
It was a
Sunset Overdrive is
fantastic
awesome.
game.
That was a
Oh,
great concept.
That's
of
what
a
we should
game.
stream
Come on.
tonight, guys. Let's play some
I like what
Sunset
you did.
Overdrive.
great concept. But it wasn't a game. It was a concept.
I did
But-
not have fun playing it.
Everyone had fun playing it. Everyone
but-
put it in, played for like 10 minutes, and then took it.
What are you talking, dude? I played that game for like almost over 100
played-
hours.
I
bro.
played it
Come
a
on.
lot too. But at the time when that game came out, we didn't have any.
There wasn't
any other
anything
options.
else.
There
It
wasn't
was a
many
flagship.
options.
It was just like, hey, look how good things look on the one. They look super nice. And Sunset Overdrive was kind of like that example of it, right? Like, we can get these
Yeah.
beautiful colors. Look.
And the last thing I said was the other thing you get with Stadia Pro for that $10 a month is they have a list of games that are all discounted. So they're all $60 games and all the prices are cut in half or more on these games. Like some of them are $10. I bought
Right.
Metro Exodus for $20. That game
That
costs more than $20. But people are not keying into that fact. Microsoft used to do that, in all honesty.
Haru Master.
You remember that back in the day when PlayStation didn't have Skyrim DLCs, but we did on Xbox
Yeah.
because of that money we were paying every month. You don't get that no more. Microsoft's
No.
like, oh, we're gonna skim out. We're not gonna give you
It
that.
does look like a U. It does.
Yeah.
Microsoft-
Haru Master. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Me and Herb are completely distracted by something Toilet Smurf said. Haru Master.
yeah, Haru Master.
Haru Master.
Fuck.
Damn it! Like I James, I fucking hate you.
Exclusives are awesome. They're the best.
Okay,
Yeah, but-
we've been bouncing around topics like a month. We've hit some
No,
Google
we're
Stadia. Are we on
Yeah,
full Google Stadia now?
No. We're still on that. I just had to get that out there because
Okay.
you see these negative reviews all the time about shit that doesn't even make any sense. Like, if you're gonna do a review, take the week or 2 weeks to do a
Yeah.
full review of that
Proper
product.
time. Don't just push out a review because you're trying to beat the crowd out. That's bad.
I want to be the first.
It's bad.
No.
It's bad content. Bad
Like,
content.
bad.
we
Makes
understand.
waves.
It's like I know.
Or-
every single
or if
one
you
of
are
us
gonna put
here,
out a
we
review-
understand that you want to put out something fast and be that first person to put it out there.
Mhm.
But you need to be. You can't be biased about it. You can't be biased. You can't be like, oh, this person gave me a ton of money, so I'm just gonna hate this, or this person gave me a ton of money, so I'm just gonna like it.
Well, they
Why
gave it
not
to me for
have an
free.
honest, unbiased opinion. Play it, try it out, see
America.
how you like it, and then give the people
What they
your
need.
unbiased opinion. Be like, hey, I liked it because of this. I didn't like it because of that. Those are the guys that are gonna get watched the most, I think. But that's not usually what happens.
And another big thing that pissed me off with this shit on YouTube is the minute somebody puts out their review, every other review sounds exactly like that last person review. It's not even like they did their own review. Yeah, this
I'm gonna
guy
start
said
doing
this,
that
and
in all my
I'm like,
videos. I'm gonna start putting time played, like TP, in the bottom corner, just so people know when they're watching my content. Like, oh,
Yeah.
he's played 1,400 hours of this game.
I think that's fair.
I think he might know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fair.
But
Say I
you might
put
get
X
those
amount
some
of time.
people who you might get those some people who are just like, there's no way that you played that much. That's
I'll
just a lie.
screenshot.
You
I'll
you made
screenshot
that
it. It's,
yourself."
I don't care. I'll screenshot it.
Let the haters hate.
I will live stream it. You want to see how many hours I put into that game? Go ahead, watch. Camera, bam,
Because
display
like
capture.
the only reason I say that is because like even like I've had people
One
like
second, I'll be right back.
they tell me that I haven't played as much Mass Effect as I say I have. I have been playing Mass Effect since day one, since it dropped. I pre-ordered that game when it came out on the 360. Then I bought it on PC when it came to the PC. I've been playing Mass Effect since day one. There's
Mhm.
no way that I do not have like over almost like 100,000 hours on Mass Effect 1. But there's still going to be those people who are going to be like, oh, you know, that's all like Photoshop.
You remember?
You
You
were
remember this?
AFK.
You remember this, John and Herb? I know you guys remember this on Xbox. The guy jumps in the party, and we're talking about Fallout 4, and he's like, "You said you play Fallout 4 for how many? I don't see Fallout 4 in your Xbox game list." And we're like,
Oh
he's not
yeah,
even playing on Xbox. He's
He's-
playing on
yeah.
PC. Like,
right,
just because you don't see it, don't mean he ain't playing it.
right. Bro, what if I?
Do you
hide
know
off
how
on?
many
Fuck,
different
I gotta do
accounts
it.
I have on different, like, I couldn't go through the amount of hours I spent on video games. I'd have to go look at my Xbox hours, and I'd have to go look at Steam hours, and you gotta go look at Origin hours. Like, it'd be
I mean,
the
even
numbers.
If you don't put, like, even if you don't
Be
put
crazy.
exact
Numbers,
hours,
bro.
the
You're
numbers would
sitting
be.
there playing the
The
game.
numbers, Mason. What do
for
they
at
mean?
least an hour a day for like a week, 2 weeks, like you said, Willis. Like you just give it a week, 2 weeks. Put enough time to where you can sit down and truly sit down and say, okay, like there's this one thing I want to test. Like for example, when I went and played Spyro, the remake, I went and tested things out that I knew were fucked up in the old school OG PlayStation version, like glitches and bugs and things. And I was like, I want to see, like, did they hash out this stuff?
Or
Or like
just copy paste.
right, or is it just a copy and paste? We made it look better using Unreal, whatever, blah blah blah. And that's exactly what the fuck they did, because there were
There's
still
still
like
bugs.
invisible objects that you could just climb onto. You get stuck on all kinds of crazy stuff, you know. So like, I don't think it took 1,400 hours or 10 hours necessarily to do that. It just took the dedication to sit there and want to go and see what, like, just to want to give it a genuine review
Yeah,
for
I
the
think-
sake of.
As a content creator on YouTube, I feel like you should have a responsibility to put at least 40 hours into something before you can
It-
give your honest, unbiased review. I think it needs to
That's-
be 20 to 40 hours. And you need to have a minimum playtime before you're allowed to give the public a video on it.
That's the
That would be great, but that's not gonna happen.
I know it's
Right,
never going to
that-
happen.
that
I'm
is-
living in La La Land.
that-
I also think
as a-
people should
no,
have
no, no, no.
licenses for
Honestly-
kids, but we're not going
honestly,
to talk
as
about
a
that.
reporter, that's what you're supposed to do. You're
Yeah,
supposed
Right.
to actually
that's the
give
proper
people
thing to do.
a full story, not a biased,
Not just a
portion of the
clip
story.
of 2 hours you played that happened to be glitchy because the servers were shit because the game just started. Play on some hours when
or
you know
you-
the servers aren't going to be trash.
Or people do this shit. They be like, my experience was bad.
Oh, your experience.
but then
everyone else.
you come to their house and unplug their internet for 10 seconds, plug it back in, it reboots, and then you press play, and they're like, oh, it works now.
Right.
Why
Go
don't
over-
you know how to, your experience is bad, and you're doing reviews, but you don't know how to do something that
You
simple.
come over to their
like,
house with an Ethernet
reset your
cable and be
router.
like, hey, look, you should plug your things in because Wi-Fi gets lost, bro.
But Smurf,
That's
we
how
know
you
we're
get bad
right,
ping in games.
That's why we're trying to put this stuff out.
We're doing this to help.
See, like, and then the other thing is too is it's like I don't necessarily want to put like a time constraint on something, because I feel like somebody who's deeply passionate about something could ultimately get something done faster than somebody who's not, right?
Yeah.
Like if they just
Yeah.
have the passion to sit down and muster through something and make it happen, you know. So like I think it just really comes down to like just there's so many people that want to be reviewers that like it's hard to sift through those who are truly passionate about what they're doing and those who are doing it just because they want the attention. They want to be online. They want
they know how
want
to
be out
make
there.
those
They wanna
hot
make
not just
topics
that, but
pop.
you also got the guys
Yeah.
who are out there nowadays that are just like, hey, I want to make money, and YouTube is the best way to make money, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna throw some
Right.
like bull
But
review
they're
on
not
there.
they're not the people I listen to. Like for example, electric cars. There's the TFL Now group and a few other people I watch on a regular basis. I watched them because they waited a few months and then they went back and did a continue review when they hit a year with their electric car. Why? Because how you felt in the honeymoon stages might not be how you feel a year later.
Yep.
You know
Those
what
are
I
the
mean?
best reviews. Like a
Right.
year in, here's where we're at.
They could have said, "Oh, I just bought a Tesla today, and it's amazing."
It's so
but
fucking cool. No mirrors,
only had-
cameras
yeah, you
everywhere.
Yeah, you only had it for one day. You need
all
time.
those
Calm down.
earlier guys who did stuff on not Destiny, but on Anthem. So all the guys who did it earlier, they're like, "Oh, this is a great game and everything," but there's this stuff that's going on. I mean, how long has it been since Anthem's been out?
Yep, I've gone back
Look
and
at
it's
where we're
still
at right now.
It's almost
Anthem
a year.
is dying. Anthem is dying.
It's
Like,
about
yeah.
it's about to
There's
be rebooted.
nothing
Actually,
new,
it's,
dude.
it's dead, and it's
yeah,
about
like,
to be
it's-
rebooted.
but what I'm
It's
saying is,
dead.
remember the hype. I know everybody in chat remembers.
We
this
played the
everything,
beta.
like,
We
we're
all
all
played the beta together.
Oh, yeah.
We were there.
playing
I
Alpha
got
and
the
everything.
We were there at
5,000 people that
release.
watched- Yeah, I got the 5,000 people that watched me
ridiculous.
on a
It
regular
was
basis.
so
see
cool.
that
This just
how
didn't-
Anthem played out and how it just fell. It just completely like it streamlined completely down. And like it's sad to say that a game that I was really looking forward to,
It was
and
beautiful.
that I almost spent $100 on,
Yeah.
bombed
Well, shit, I
that
did.
fast.
I did spend
But you know what?
I did.
You know what? Honestly,
EA Origin, God bless.
a huge part of why it bombed was people review bombing it in that first 24 hours. Don't
Yeah.
buy the game. You didn't
Cancel
even give the company time to go and assess and fix the issues.
Yeah.
Games aren't built in the
Willis,
games aren't
don't
built in a
defend
day.
them. It's been almost a
I'm-
year.
I'm not-
Have they
I'm not
fixed?
I'm not defending them, but take a look at it at this point. If people are not playing it, are you going to spend the time to go spend 6 months fixing something
Right.
if nobody's going to play it in the first place? No.
Right.
You got to look at this from both
Willis,
sides.
why
I
are they
have to look at it
why
as
are they
a
putting
consumer.
something out that people aren't going to play for more than 6 months? That's the question. You're defending them because they didn't.
Yeah.
Not enough viewers can. But why wouldn't you wait and make sure to put something out that's proper? That people in the beta, even in the beta, were like, we're gonna see. We knew
know
in the
why?
beta. We talked about it. We're like, I can see
You
how
know
this
why?
is gonna.
Hype fest.
Yeah.
Hype
Yep.
fest. It comes right back around to the same YouTube. They hype the shit out of the games months before they come out, and they keep talking about it, especially if it's something interesting. They'll hype the shit out of it. How many times have you heard about Stadia, like since June of this year? All the time. How many times have you heard about Anthem for 2 years before it even came out?
Right.
Tons.
Here's a good
Wow.
question.
The
for you.
game's
Yeah,
hyped. So now people,
that's
How
a
do-
good one.
How do you feel about hype-free games that bomb?
those games deserve it if they bomb. They deserve it because they had the opportunity without the hype. They don't have the strength of going. Hey,
What Willis
we-
is saying is that the hype causes these companies to get stressed and push these games out quicker than the
If we
time they
say
needed.
coming August 13th,
Yeah.
and everybody's hyped for it. Everybody's expecting it on August
They
13th.
are too
And if they-
hyped. You can't push it back. Otherwise, the public will kick you in the balls because you pushed it back.
And if you have any delay, like if we say, hey, it was going to come out August 13th, but we're going to push it back for 2 more years because we feel like people are going to lose their shit. Everybody's going to cancel all those pre-orders and
the
be like, we're
public
not
would.
buying this shit, all because of the hype that we put behind shit. We didn't
I
have this
think-
problem in the early 2000s
No,
and the
no,
late 90s
not at
because
all.
you didn't have the internet to hype the
Nope.
shit out of shit.
Yeah.
There was no YouTube going, oh
And that
yeah,
was
everybody
exactly
should
what I
buy
mean.
this.
Mhm.
Everybody don't buy that.
No.
24 hours later.
Thanks for the follow, Hunter on Sticks.
Yeah, we'll follow you back.
Yeah, we'll hit you
Yeah,
back.
man.
Always follow you back, man.
Yeah, we will definitely follow you, man. Stay tuned, man. We got a lot more content coming,
But
bro.
yeah,
Like,
it's on both sides. But you can't
yeah,
blame
Gotta
an
make sure you go in the
individual
description and
developer.
read the
You have to
rules
blame the
on that.
company as a whole.
it goes into what you were saying, like how back in the day we didn't have internet, and then like how I was saying we had the demos. That was the hype. You got the
It was the
demo.
hype.
Here,
Like,
hold on a
Go
sec.
ahead,
Hold on a
son.
sec. Hold on a
Murph
sec.
got a
guys.
question.
We got a follow-up question.
Toilet
We
Smurf.
got a follow-up.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm following.
You better put that in the chat there, Toilet Smurf. I want to see this follow-up question.
Yeah, I'm following. I'm curious what you got.
This
Sitting
man,
in
this is a
silence,
follow-up question.
staring at
Hold
the
on,
Twitch.
hold on,
But,
until he gets ready.
While we
Saying.
wait for that follow-up question,
I need to make a
I'm gonna
soundboard for cricket
I'm
noises.
gonna give you guys an example of how one company in particular, they got a lot of negative scrutiny, but the people that understand the process of development, because they're an open development company, and they've been taking forever to make their game. Star Citizens, they've
go.
been taking forever to make their game, but they
How
want
do
to
you
make a
feel
quality
about-
product.
Here we go. How do you feel about genre hype from Battle Royale fall into action adventure?
I don't like it. I don't like battle royales. So like
I feel
that is
like
like purely biased. Purely biased. I don't like battle
I'm
royales.
not gonna
I-
lie, like I
I'm not
really
gonna
want
be-
that sound right now that goes dun dun dun.
I'm not
you
gonna
know?
be biased, but I feel like Battle Royale itself,
Overplayed.
for an example, Epic Games did a great job of making a solid Battle Royale game
Yes.
from what PUBG is, because PUBG is not a solid Battle Royale game. They took
Talking about Origins.
their own game and they took the things from it to make it a solid game. That said, I'm not a Battle
I'm on
Royale
Fortnite.
person, and I feel like the hype that came from the Battle Royale genre started to seep into other game types. So now people have that same expectation going into other games.
Oh, there
Yeah.
we go. Or
When
shooter games. I
shouldn't be.
forgot to add that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel like that shit seeps into other stuff. So then
I
people hear,
personally don't like it because I've played so like I with the whole genre type in coming into shooters with the battle royale, it's a little more fun for me. But then I played Mordhaus battle royale where it's fucking melee weapons. Like you literally you're running around with fucking fists.
but
pick up a
check this
stick.
but check this
Yeah.
out, John.
I just,
But check this out. I said PUBG is not a real game because all you have is battle royale.
Yep.
right.
If you look back in the day, if all we had was deathmatch on Call of Duty, would we call that a real game? Fuck no. That's a
Right.
game mode. Where's the game?
Yeah.
Battle Royale is
That's
a
fair.
game mode. Reason why I said Epic Games because they have an actual story mode
That's
to
fair,
go
yeah.
with the Battle Royale. So it's a game now instead of just a game mode.
I am
Yeah.
interested in the new Modern Warfare Battle Royale for sure. I'm curious to see how they make that play out.
I think
I
they
don't
need
like
to make that shit
PUBG.
die.
I don't like PUBG. It's got too many glitches, too many hackers, too many server problems. It's like you get in, you get shot from the other side of the hill, and the bullet physically goes through stuff and hits you.
The,
I don't know. Fuck PUBG.
the game was made by a
It's just-
modder.
I'm so done with
So-
PUBG. I'm not playing anymore. I've tried Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5's Firestorm. Kind of cool because you can hop in tanks. I'm interested to see how Modern Warfare fucks with it because they could do it really well, but they fucked up the multiplayer. Like right now, the
Yes.
multiplayer is fucking awful.
You want to talk about awful, bro? Like I cannot play Modern Warfare. I had to uninstall it because
I put it down. I
I
haven't
get
opened it.
glitch. No, I get this glitch, bro, that it fucks up my entire operating
I
system.
don't know what
Like,
the hell is wrong with that
my
game.
entire operating system. I like when I go like I play mouse and keyboard. So like when you're
Yeah.
navigating through the menus,
Hmm.
you use enter and escape to enter and escape the menus and
Yeah.
such. Like so like when that happens, when I'll be going through the game,
200 cap.
I'll start hitting escape and it'll just open and close all the windows that I have in the background. So like say it's just Modern Warfare and my BattleNet app, it'll just open and close those every time I hit escape. Open and close, open and close, open and close. And then like while I'm in an actual match, I get this glitch where I lose all functionality of my mouse. Like I can literally only like make my keyboard is the only thing that works. I can move forward and back, and then key inputs are the only thing that works. Like actual mouse scrolls, None of that shit works, and it is a continuous problem I've had. And
Yeah.
they've put update after update after update, and I've talked to them and I've said, "Yo, this is beyond a game-breaking bug."
I hate
This
that they
is a-
come
this
at
is a bug that's-
you. They always come at you, be like, "Well, have you checked your drivers? Have you checked?"
Well, they didn't do
your
any of that.
system?"
Like I told them
I'm
straight
only
up.
having the problem on your game, bro.
Right.
What don't you
Right.
understand? If I'm contacting you, it's a problem with your stuff. I'm not an idiot. If it was a problem with my Logitech mouse, I would contact Logitech.
Right. Like it's
But
it's,
see,
it's only a
always-
problem that's been happening. But
Always get those certain people that are just like, well, I did this and like it wasn't working, and and then they're like, all right, restart your computer, and then they restart their computer. Oh,
It's
started
working
What did
again.
they say?
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I wish that was my
they-
solution.
And honestly, I agree with both sides, but they do that because there's so many people who don't know how to do like lamest ass shit that you should
Yeah.
know how to do as the operator of whatever
Mhm.
machinery you're using. There's
telling you.
simple shit that people should know how to do, but they don't, and they go, "It's just not working.
I
My
was-
computer won't cut on. The cord's not plugged into the back." Oh,
The Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer is just wrong. Like there's something wrong with the TTK. There's something wrong with it. Just feels
Yeah.
icky when you play. Like I don't feel right playing
I'm
it.
sorry, you get shot in the
Like
back with.
it's
I
just
love
I don't know
that.
what's
Smurf.
wrong with it. I closed that
well, Smurf, you the
motherfucker.
man, because that's true.
So for everybody who
90%
doesn't,
of it
know,
is
who
just
doesn't
telling
see
them
it,
they're
so everybody who's gonna be on
Yes,
YouTube,
That's a fact.
I
it's
closed my Modern Warfare and
IT
went
is
right back to Battlefield.
90% of telling people politely
That they're dumb. Yeah.
that they're dumb.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But that's the shitty part is like they had no solution for my problem. They were like, "Oh, that's unfortunate." It's basically like what they tried to tell. Oh,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate.
Like we don't have
Like,
an
oh,
answer.
no fucking shit.
So I think the only thing we
That
haven't
was-
covered in our topics today is the Mandalorian.
Ooh, spoiler
Bro.
alert.
Spoiler
This is it
alert.
right here
Don't
at the
listen,
end.
guys.
Quick question. Quick
Huh?
question. Who has not seen the third episode so far?
Oh, I've seen it.
I saw it. I saw it, big dog. I saw it with both of mine eyes.
Will,
Bro.
did you see it yet?
Yeah,
Of
I think
course.
he said he did. Yeah.
Bro, that armor. Like I
All right,
was so
spoiler
hyped
alert.
when
If,
that
wait.
armor came
Time out. Spoiler alert. If you've not seen the third episode, or the first, or the second,
Turn
it's
off our
going
stream.
down right here. Get the fuck out. You
Don't-
clicked on this shit.
This
You know
is
what it is.
dangerous. You are
Pick your
entering the
lap-
danger
pick your-
zone.
Pick your
Yes.
laptop up and smash it over your knee right now.
Right. What's the Mandalorian
Dan,
toilet smurf?
I'll put it. I'll
Knock
put
your
it to you
computer
like
out the
this.
window.
I'll put it to you like this, toilet Smurf. After this, I will give you the. I'll give you the password to my account so you can go and watch. it.
Oh,
Do
what a
it.
nice
You need
guy.
to
Bro,
make sure
Toilet
that
Smurf,
go
you
and
will
get
not be
Disney
disappointed.
Plus,
You
download
won't.
Disney Plus, and then I will give you my password
Great.
after this.
He said he'll
Okay,
also
but-
give you his social security number and his
right.
wallet.
Let's get some
You're
hearts up in the
hilarious.
chat for
Bro,
identity
no,
theft.
the only reason why I
Oh,
say
I
that,
have Disney
the only
Plus.
reason I'm saying I'm gonna give it to him is because that's one of Ella's godfathers.
He has Disney
no.
Plus. Oh,
So,
dude,
how about-
Mandalorian's on
how
Disney
about-
Plus. It's a
If you have Disney
exclusive.
Plus, how the fuck have you not seen that? Oh my
How-
God.
Oh,
how
bro,
ex-
you gotta watch.
How excited were you when all those Mandalorians with jetpacks came flying over the roof?
Bro,
I had an
I'ma
erection.
tell you that one that had the
Bro.
Gatling gun.
Oh,
Because,
my-
like, dog, I really thought Mando was.
that
No,
is
you
the way.
put the one
This is the way.
You talking about the one on the jetpack that saluted him? And,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Flying by, I was like,
man,
oh.
you
Hey,
gotta get me one
hey,
of those.
here's my line right here. He looks at me and goes, "I got to get me one of those."
He's like, I really want one of those
Hilarious,
jetpacks,
that
man.
was so funny. That was good. Bro, it was so badass when he jumped in that skiff, bro, and he just last of the Alamo, bro. Deleted, click, deleted, click,
I love,
deleted.
I love how it's
But
like,
it's
I love,
great.
he's like, that's a cute gun you have. No shit, it's fucking dust particles
Right.
going, your people are turning into literal mush in
It
front
was
of you.
Great.
Because,
That
like,
shit was great.
I don't know
It's
why.
funny
Let's
as
talk
hell
about
'cause
how
he
his,
was like, delete. He pulled the Matt Hardy. Delete.
Yeah,
delete.
you're
What's-
deleted. Yeah,
what
just
was, what's his name? The bounty hunter, the guy that has all the pucks. Can't remember. Grief.
oh.
What?
Her- ain't she
You
supposed to be
know
off her
how
feet? What's she
hard.
doing?
You know how hard these
I
Mandos
know, right?
are.
What's she doing, right? She in the back
You
looking
know
for
how
stuff.
hard the Mandalorians are, but you're gonna go fuck with them? if I got that bounty, like, hey, they took the cargo back, the Mandalorian's gone crazy,
Right.
I've been like, that's your fucking problem.
Right.
I'll be
Like,
over
you're really
here in
about
the
to come at
bar.
the man who pulled in the biggest bounty and
You're gonna
just
go
got
attack
finished saying
that psychopath? You wanna?
Yeah.
Okay, that seems like a great idea.
Yeah, he wants it. He can have it. That's what I would have said. Oh, that's his now. That's his now.
Yeah, we could all open up Destiny right now and just
I'm trying to figure out
transition into that. No, I'm kidding.
I can't.
what.
I
Wanna
know, you're
why?
having
'Cause
computer
my
problems.
Computer will crash again.
I think we're at that hour and 5-minute mark now, gentlemen. We gonna do our closing
Look,
remarks.
he said I gotta get some more of that Destiny, that new change that
Hey,
I have so much exploring to do,
I would
Willis.
I would love to play it, but like when it comes to like streaming and playing video games right now, my computer's just being like, no, it's not me you're
Yeah.
looking for.
You can see it in my motherboard.
Yeah, man. I feel like we never even got into the copyright. We'll do that next week, talking about the copyright a
We
little
touched
bit
it a
more.
little bit, but not on a lot.
yeah.
We kind of touched
Well,
it, but
it's cool because then I can do like
do a little
I
more
can go back
research
on
into
the
it.
report like that I had about some copyright claims and stuff that had happened recently and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because I feel like in concerning the Mandalorian, you guys will talk about it. Like they copyright strike in everything today. Everything's getting a copyright strike.
Really?
Like
Maybe-
yeah.
Go check my YouTube
Every-
channel. Make sure I didn't get a copyright strike.
Oh, dude.
I know,
I'll tell you
right?
what,
We
man.
said
I
Disney.
basically-
Hold on. We said Disney's name a couple times. Are we allowed
Oh.
to use Disney's name? Oh, coming from
Oh,
the
I
house.
gotta give me
That's
the
the,
firstborn
see,
child,
that's
motherfucker.
one of
Oh.
the things that kind of like it scares me is that like, what if Disney says you can't even say Disney anymore?
Oh,
What if they say
and
like
that's-
if we're
that's-
doing
my
this,
ass.
you can't say Disney?
Honestly, I feel like that's the problem with copyright.
yeah. They
You're
can
starting
kiss
to
my ass.
infringe. You're starting to infringe on fucking
Everything.
freedom of speech.
You can't
Right.
say Disney without people being like, that's a quarter.
Right.
That'll be
yeah, go
$3.50.
ahead. Right. I'll give you a quarter of each
Exactly.
knuckle bet.
All right, so let's do our outro for everyone. We'll start with Willis since he's already in Destiny. Do you have anything coming out this week, Willis, you want to highlight?
No, I don't have anything in particular coming out.
Nothing?
I do have some stuff coming, but
Yeah, well, we're going to go to Baron
check
next.
me out on Monday.
Baron next. We got to end on Herv because he's the outro pro. He's going to be the last. He's going to be the
Nah,
Fates
man,
of
I-
Blackest.
Is it that time?
Herv's
not yet.
dulcet
So-
voice. It's Baron's turn.
So next week, I'm gonna be getting back, hopefully, onto some more regular stream times. This week has been finals week for this class, so it has been hardcore grind time, But definitely next week, gonna get on some more regular stuff. Want to get back into pushing some more mythic keys for those of you who are World of Warcraft fans, and I'm probably gonna be getting some Jedi Fallen Order content in, so that'll be a lot of fun.
And he's going to be playing Destiny 2 with me.
That too,
Probably
yes,
Willis
yes,
a little bit.
yes.
This week I released
We'll,
the first.
we'll try to make it a three-peat. I'll try to jump on there with you.
Maybe
guys.
we make it a quad team. That'd be nice.
There we go.
Hey, that's what we need to do right there.
Battlefield too. This week I'll be doing Battlefield and some Destiny. Pretty much all week. And then this week I've released the first Battlefield ROE video. If you haven't checked it out, just 5 rules just to follow in Battlefield and make you a generally better player. Check it out.
The rules of engagement.
I need to make
You
a
might
good intro
graduate from
for
a
it.
blueberry to a real player.
From a blueberry. You like that one? That was the first one. It was an old school term. Now over to Herv. Take us away.
So we want to thank everybody for being here today. We want to make sure that everybody knows that we're going to be doing this every single weekend. So there will be a new upload on everybody's YouTube. Everybody's going to be putting this out. And then we also want to say thank you for everybody in the chats. Thank you for everybody on YouTube for all of your questions and everything like that. If there's any topic or any questions that you guys have, make sure that you hit us up. For the Blunted Baron, Silver Fox, Army2Willis, I'm Herv Master. Thank you guys for viewing. You guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you on the next one.
As
You can
as
do this
always.
like a Baphomet.
That was good. There we go. I cut it. We're still live, but I